Good morning. Welcome back to the Kop TV Hot Kopics, episode 184 with myself, AGT, and Doyle, back in the studio for another episode.
Yes,
All
we
good?
are. Yeah, everyone's on. Everyone.
Yeah.
You said good morning, lads. Don't quite know if it is. It's a morning time. Don't know if
It's
it's
a morning, but you're right. It's not good. It can't get any worse, though, can it?
It can.
Hopefully not.
It
Anyway,
can.
welcome back. Smash that like button. Get your comments in. Liverpool fans, this is a bit of therapy for the next 40 odd minutes.
Yeah, man.
If there's any rival fans here in the chat,
Oh.
thanks for watching. At least like it.
Yeah, please.
And if you're going to leave some abuse, get the old algorithm up. Right, let's start with. Sorry, I've just been semi-asleep on a train for the last 3 hours to make sure I got here. So show a bit of love. Yeah,
Trains have been really bad this weekend as well.
They have, mate. Shout out to Storm, Amy, as well.
Don't go anywhere is the first comment.
Oh, brilliant.
Don't go anywhere.
That's good.
We're not.
I wonder
We're
where.
not. We're staying right here. Ready.
We can't go anywhere, can we? Right?
No.
We don't hide.
No,
We don't run away. We face up to the music, and we crack on. We crack on. But anyway, let's start off on Saturday by going through the day chronologically. Thank you, by the way, for coming to the engagement party. Thank you, everyone that came. I know Akeem, Heafy, Fitzy, they all watch and listen to the pod, so I'm sure they all had a good time. But just to kind of clarify why, there wasn't any videos after the game.
It wasn't because we lost, okay? It was because we lost and there was an engagement party the day before.
And
so
it was
to
mine.
get there, you know what I mean?
No, it was not day before. It was in the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The engagement party itself was probably one of the best nights of my life.
It was amazing.
Like, it really was
You know what?
incredible.
Great job. His speech was wonderful.
I
Everyone
can't even
turned up
remember
for
my
him.
speech.
Yeah, you were bevied. You came up to me and went to me, just being sick. I was like, what?
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah, but he done well. He still managed to. He
You
wouldn't
know
have
what?
been
There
able
was
to
a few reasons for that. I think
nerves. I've
I
never
was a
seen
bit
Gilly so
nervous.
scared in my life.
I was
He
a bit
doesn't
nervous.
get scared of many things, but I actually seen terror in his eyeballs for the first time, and I was like, "Come here, lads." I had to give him a little hug and be like, "It's okay,
Yeah.
kid. Everything's
So-
gonna go fine."
There was a few reasons for that. One, this is going quite deep now, but my mum and dad haven't been in the same room for 20 years. Imagine that for a moment. Haven't been in the same vicinity for 20 years. And then all of a sudden, they were there, they were talking, and I was looking at... I mean, you were standing right next to them when they were talking, and I was looking at Dor going,
I was just looking at them, going, "It's happening, lads.
is
There you
this
go.
real?
It's happening. See that?
I couldn't believe it. You know, my dad came up to me, he's like, "Oh, I love your mate Doyle, he's a great lad." I was like, yeah, he's great. He's like, "Yeah, I've just been chatting with him for a minute."
Yeah, sat with him for a bit, lads.
And he was like, "I'll be honest, I didn't understand much of what he was
I
saying."
could tell, you know what, lad, I'm not messing, right? There was certain times I'd ask him questions and he'd go, yeah. And I'd be like, "That wasn't a yes or no question, that one. That you elaborate on that one, brother." Do you know what I'm saying? And I could just tell, so I just kept the conversation going like.
So, yeah. my
Bless
dad
him.
He hasn't been used to hearing a Scouse accent for probably 20 years as
You
well.
are your dad, by the way. I didn't realise until I met your dad. They both had double-breasted blazers on. Both had loafers on. The pants fit the same. Even the way they flicked their hair, the facial expressions they do. I was like, Gilly?
Because
in
people
40
say
years?
that about my mum and me, and then they meet my dad, and they're like, "Wow."
Yeah, you like your dad. You like your man. You are. You are. Of course you are. But you're a fella. Do you know what I mean? So as soon as I see a fella that looks like Gilly, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Gilly." You can see it. Anyway, let's get into the footy, lad. Let's get into
Well, we're
this.
getting onto that bit.
Yeah.
So, obviously, tunes were blaring. I did a little speech. I still had to remind people in the speech that you are still in the city of the current Premier League champions. I had to give them a little shout out that way.
Yeah.
So that was good.
We had a Chelsea fan there as well, didn't we?
We had
few
we had
Chelsea fans.
3 Chelsea fans there, and at least 3 Arsenal fans. And there was a moment where obviously the second goal goes in. I've got the TV remote in my hand. We're in the private top room where we've got the game on, and I just looked around to everyone and said, "Off," and everyone looked at me and went, "Yeah," and I just went, "Bosh!" Turned that off button off. Went straight to the bar, got myself a double spice rum and coke, and forgot about it. Tried to, and genuinely did.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, there's a lot going on.
I think, midway through the night, you'd never have even known that Liverpool had just lost.
Yeah.
Because, we tried to just forget about it and move on. And we did. And genuinely, it was one of the best nights of my life. So, thank you to everyone that came. It was unbelievable.
It was much bigger than a football game.
Yeah, of
For
course.
us, of course, it was memories that.
Yeah, that's probably
We were all looking super dapper as well. You should have seen us. We all look boss, mate. We didn't get many pictures together, didn't we?
Did we get a picture?
Yeah, we did with your dad. We did.
Okay.
See that? Yes.
That's coming out. The pics are coming out later today.
I forgot about that then.
Official pics.
Boss, I can't wait to see them.
Yeah, I'm buzzing to see it. I can't, for some reason, I can't open this stream. I'm pressing.
I've got the chats up here, lad, if you want me to read a few out.
Go on then.
They're not very fun. So
Brilliant.
Are you ready, Paddy?
Let's see, yeah.
Yeah?
Go on.
So Tan says, if we didn't win the league last season, would they be saying this is a crisis? These pundits need to stop looking for one-liners and understand we have brought 6 to 7 new players into the team. I agree, lads. It's going to be a transitional season. We're going to get into it in depth, and I'll come back to that comment a little bit later on. But I agree. I totally agree with that. There's James Bond. Starting Mr. Bond, 007 and that. He says, AGT holds.
Yeah, see that now.
There's a lot of hold you sausage, AGT.
Congrats on your engagement. That's a nice one from James Bond.
Yeah, is right. A few of them, lads. Yeah.
Dinesh says, no abuse. I got to feel sorry for you. It had to happen yesterday, but the amount of time you said top of the league, you deserved it, mate.
You need to get your armour ready. Hugo Etisejas says, lads.
Buenos días con Algarría, con mentalidad y fuerza, que no se ha perdido todavía nada. It says LFC Miletija, which means good morning with happiness, with mentality and strength. That we have not lost anything yet because, there's beers emojis and sunglasses emojis there. Tan says, congratulations on your engagement. Hold you sausage, AGT. Kenya is waiting on you with that lawnmower, AGT. Congrats on the engagement. I don't want to see that.
It's literally there. I looked at it when I come in.
Don't want to see it. AGT, you're getting cooked on the weekend roundup, says Raphael. That's brilliant. I feel like Kanate is costing us points more than anyone in the back line, says Jordan. For the first time, I think Slot has no idea what he's doing. The Endo sub was mental, but even more mental that he kept Gravenberch centre back and Endo in midfield. That's a good point. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great name.
Yeah.
And yeah, big up Doyle. Always gives a great account for the Scouse. 100% love, fellas.
I appreciate that, mate. Thank you.
So let's talk about the game. I mean, you'll have to talk about it a little bit more than me, because
when
I tell you, and this is no lie, I watched a concentrated total where I'm actually taking in the game for about 10 to 15 minutes. Obviously, there was people arriving. We were having pictures taken at the entrance of the venue. I was getting pulled around the room saying hello to everyone. Again, people I haven't seen for 20 years. I had the mum and dad thing going on. I had, obviously, things to sort out food-wise. Did a little speech. So I genuinely couldn't tell you what happened in the game. I know that we lost. You can
be excused, lad. It's one of the biggest moments of your life, and this is never going to happen again, right? So you can be excused.
Hope not.
Don't worry about it. And that's why we didn't do a video. I hope you can understand that, to be quite honest with you. It's a big thing.
What happened? I remember like celebrating the goal. I remember swearing at Anthony Taylor quite a lot.
He was a very frustrating referee.
Remember doing some hand gestures to him.
And then we ripped the door off where we were supposed to be watching the telly by accident. Yeah. Did you have to pay for that?
No.
Okay, good.
I paid them enough, mate.
What's our fault?
Well, so there's like...
Oh my God.
So there's a pub where we had it, the Dog and Collar. So you go in and there's no tellies on. So you're thinking, where are we watching the game? You go downstairs to the tavern bar and it's a packed out venue with loads of tellies. Yeah. But obviously I couldn't take 20 lads down there. There was no space. So we did have the upstairs of the venue. So I took us up there. And there was this TV, but it was like in a cabinet. It was like in a caged cabinet. So you had to open the doors to watch it. And one of the doors kept like coming back in. So we were trying, I remember me and you were trying for ages to put in like beer coasters in there to stop the door from closing. And then we ended up
wedging it too much where the screws literally come out.
So the screws came off and the guy was like, I'm going to have to charge you for that. But I think he was joking. Well, he was joking because he didn't charge me for it. So yeah, anyway, that happened. So tell me, bro, what happened?
We started the game and it was shaky from the start, to be quite honest with you. Chelsea had good energy about them. I don't think either team all game, to be honest with you, were particularly great. But you could tell Chelsea had a bit more fight in them. I think what we're missing was the outball. So when we're building from the back, which is what Slot likes to do, right? He loves keeping it in possession and with the defenders. We're seeing a different side of Ibu Konate, where he perhaps hasn't got that first time pass that you need sometimes just to release it quickly enough to put it into the space to someone like Bradley or to into the middle of the field to someone like Gravenberch. And I think it's a telling sign now that whilst Trent has gone to Real Madrid, he's always relied on him to sort of pass the ball to get that out ball. And it's massively affecting our game. We wasn't able to string together more than 3 or 4 passes at certain points in that game, and it was really, really frustrating to watch. And unfortunately, big part of that was Ibu Kanate. He looked shaky every time he had the ball. It was pass short. They were on us. Caicedo in that midfield absolutely dominated. Maja looked off it. I'm not going to put it onto one player. I know I'm talking about Ibu Kanate, but it was all of them. You could just see. I don't know what it is about the mentality of these lads. We've always praised them for it. We've always said, they've been able to fight on and find 15 minutes in a game where they are absolutely unbelievable. And for whatever reason, in that first half, we couldn't do nout. I can't even remember a solid chance that we carved out, to be quite honest with you. If you can remember one in the chat, let us know. It was poor.
I remember one chance straight away from the second half where we kind of break really quickly, and that is an unbelievable pass from Florian Wirtz. He kind of spins and does this back heel pass straight into Mo Salah's feet, and you're thinking, drill that across the keeper probably, mate. And he hits the side netting. I've got the highlights up now. I mean, Caicedo's goal, 14 minutes in. Why are we backing off him so much there? I'm glad that this is you guys reviewing the game with me live as I'm seeing the replay. But Van Dijk backs off him so much, and he absolutely thumps that into the top corner. Mamadash really did well to even get a little hand on it, to be honest. But it's a great strike.
No chance there really saving it.
I remember coming over and you just went, lads, Caicedo's just scored a screamer.
The worst part about the goal was, whilst it's a brilliant goal, it's what you said, we're standing off. He's had a fake shot. Then he's moved it again to position himself. The shot,
where's
he's
our
got
CDMs
so
at this
much
stage,
time.
though?
Scary lad. I don't know where he's finding the space, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
And then we've got our defenders backing off, and it's like Kanate or Virgil. One of you has got to go towards this. Like, who's taking charge of this situation? And nobody did. And it resulted in a bloody wonder goal for Caicedo, and they absolutely deserved it at that point in the game as well, because they were on top of us, mate.
Yeah.
Got some good young talent.
Garnacho almost scored. I'm looking at it now. That's never a pen. Garnacho on Soboslai on Garnacho, is it?
No.
No?
Are you mad?
He has pushed him, but it's not enough to go down.
There's no
like
leg tangling. There's no pulling back. It's just two bodies hitting it, and then as soon as he knows he's into the box, he just throws himself on the floor. And he did it all game. In the second half, we took Conor Bradley off, because it was just going to happen where he was going to get another yellow because Garnacho was throwing himself on the deck.
That is an unbelievable breakaway, because literally it's from half-time kickoff, right? We win it back, Isak gives it to Gakpo, Wirtz flicks it to Salah. Why is he not hitting that with his left foot across the goalkeeper? He's gone right foot, hit the side netting. Mo Salah is badly out of form.
Yeah,
badly out of form, bro.
I don't want to. This is what I'm really conscious of. I don't want to put it down to just one individual player. There are individuals that are not playing to the level that we know they can, but I don't think it's just down to them not being good and everyone else being great. The whole team is suffering now mentally, and I think it's coming with the transitional stage of Slot's new signings. I think we all expected this actually last season. This is what we thought was going to happen last season, but it's happened now. And do you know what? Remember P-Mac was saying this. Like, we haven't finished the game yet, but I'm going to say a little analogy, which is a little bit worrying for me. P-Mac said it. He said, remember when Martinez took over from David Moyes at Everton, right? He went on to finish 4th that season. They were bloody brilliant. It was one of the best Everton sides I'd seen in a long time, right? Because they still had that Moyes blueprint with a little bit of added spice with Martinez, with his attacking style, right? And he did well, but the season after, he got some players in. It was time to bed his style in 100%. And they suffered as a result. And I think that's what we're seeing with Arne Slot, unfortunately. It's not to say that he's a bad manager or it's not going to work out in the future, because it's only been 8-9 games, right? But it is a worry for me. They're me darkest thoughts. That's where my thoughts go to. Does that make sense? Right. That's my biggest worries, that's going to continue. Because how long is this going to go on for now where we're experimenting? It's going to be all season, right? We're going to have to suffer, I think, to be quite honest with you. And you never know, we might find it at some point. We're going to have to find that click, aren't we, where we all start playing.
Yeah.
But it's not now, and it's not going to be anytime soon from what we're seeing. So it's not instilling a whole bunch of confidence in me. And that's not to say I don't believe in Slot and I don't believe in these players. All my days, I absolutely do. Every time I've wrote them off, they prove me wrong. And I'm not going to sit here and hate on them. But we are allowed to be disappointed in what we've seen in the last week. We sat here, top of the league, 7 days ago, and we've come back having lost all 3 away games. We knew it was going to be a tough week, but we didn't know it was going to be this difficult. And yeah, we're allowed to be disappointed as fans, you know. And I do. These comments are killing me. JY says Doyle doesn't rate Liverpool. I absolutely rate my team. Now we're Premier League champions, brother. Gold badges and that. But off the performances that we've seen so far, I'm not a biased person. I can see with my eyeballs and I know what I'm watching, and that is not very good football at the moment. It's fine. It happens. Arsenal, Chelsea, man, every team has been through this stage. Even Man City right now, as good as Haaland is, they're still suffering. They're still drawing and losing games, which you wouldn't expect.
Rodri injured again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree. I think, pretty much what you said, I agree with.
Second half, we were a little bit better, though.
Yeah, a little bit better. Obviously, the early chance, then we do get a goal. Isak assist, good ball in from
Really great. I want to know in the comments, you think he meant that? I do. I think the way he straight-legged it and then moved his leg to the right, it looks like he's really just trying to, just get something on that. Yeah. And it was a great little touch from Isak. That was a bit of his quality that I was like, oh, I've been waiting for one of them little moments.
Did you think, though, that we would go on to win the game?
Not at any single point, no. But at the same time, not to contradict myself, I did think either team could get a winner because it was that type of quality. It wasn't one team dominating. Chelsea, I would say, was 60% better and 60-40. That's what I would have said in their favour. But it still gave us an opportunity to get a goal. We did have moments. There was a few times when Mo Salah, and he done his trademark thing where he cuts in, beats a few men, and he just has to whip it out, just round the corner there, just the top corner or the bottom corner, and it goes in. I think he had 2 or 3 of them, and he blew them. It absolutely went over the bar, which is not what we've seen from Mo Salah last season. He would have slotted that so easy. We would have been 2-1 up, done, game, momentum changed. We could have went on a kick to get another. But it was the moments. We were not ready for them moments. And look what happened.
I remember kind of glancing over at the screen every now and again, and I would see Macca's giving the ball away or Verts give the ball away. That's something that I don't think we were used to last season because of the level of control that we had in games. I look at Liverpool, and obviously the title is chasing Arsenal. We're a point behind Arsenal at the top now. Early October, and there's people saying, look, no need to panic. A week ago, Arsenal were apparently going to be out of the race. Time to reset and charge. Arsenal fan here says Campion YA. And I look at our games compared to Arsenal's at the minute, and I think there was maybe an accusation thrown at Liverpool last season when we'd win a game 2-0. It wasn't the most blistering football, but we controlled the game and won 2-0. And I look at Arsenal's performance against West Ham. Raya probably could have, sat down and read the papers. He had 0 shots on target from West Ham. So, and they won 2-0. And I'm watching AFTV, and they're saying they were annoyed with the lack of excitement in the game and they didn't like the way they played. But I'm not saying Arsenal will win the title, but that is how you win titles, right? You win 2-0 and you get the job done, you keep a clean sheet. Arsenal have definitely got the best defence in
Without
Europe.
A shadow of that, we said that
like,
at the start of the season. Their defence is unbelievable.
It's almost impenetrable.
It's really, really good. I think
apart
they've only
from
conceded
Dominic Szoboszlai.
1 open play goal all season, I think, and that was Haaland, who scores against everybody, no matter who you are. Arsenal, for me, in my opinion, actually have given better performances over the last 8 games than Liverpool have.
Yeah.
We got good comeback and the mentality and all of that, but they have been consistent. They are winning the games like they know how to, and they are worrying. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not worried about Arsenal now that they've got Eze there and they've got Gyökeres, who I still don't think is the best striker in the world, but he does add something to the game. Eze's fantastic, mate. He's one of the best creative players in the league, if not in the world. I put him so highly. I rated him a few years ago before he even moved to Arsenal.
You did, yeah.
And yeah, they're a worry, and they've got some momentum behind them now. They answered big questions. That one against Newcastle, that win was huge, absolutely monumental. That I've seen them win last minute before. I have against Bournemouth and stuff, but that. St James's Park, they've been there 3 times and they haven't won, and they answered the question that has not been answered in the last 2-3 years. Liverpool lost on the same weekend. I'm worried. I'm totally worried about them. Also, City at the moment, Haaland absolutely gunning. He is unbelievable. Did you see that goal that he scored? That is wow.
He's just bullied people out the way, hasn't he?
He's just exceptional, mate. He genuinely is. He's probably the best striker in the world. I think he is.
Yeah.
He is the best striker in the world. So I'm sat here worried about Liverpool's performances and how Arsenal are going to deal with this now. When they've been first, traditionally, they haven't really dealt with the pressure very well. But I think this is a different Arsenal this year, and it's a different Liverpool. So they're going to have to take advantage of our transition, essentially, and Man City's, and we'll see how it plans out. But I'm not panicking yet, as everyone's saying. It's 10 games in. You can't
But
pick a winner this
I
early.
think the really worrying thing for me at the minute is the late goals that we're conceding. I've just seen the highlights, and Robbo at the back stick, he's kind of hunched over, dealing with tiredness or an injury. Totally forgets that Esteval's almost behind him, slips him through, and they score. Enzo hits the post. Garnacho has a shot. Probably did deserve to lose the game, but for me, it's the conceding late goals. Now, we were doing that to other teams, since August up until now. And I know you say you're worried. I'm worried about conceding those late goals because that's a mentality thing. That's a fatigue thing, which has to improve naturally. But I think I'm not going to go overboard because it is still the first week of October.
You can't.
And we are 1 point behind top place, and in the Premier League, things change every single week. I remember last year, we draw a game and people are like, oh my God, here it comes. The slip's coming.
Comment just said then. We could have been 8 points ahead of Arsenal last week. The game
and now we're 1
changes so
point
much.
behind. It does change so quickly.
It's like if they get big injuries, if Liverpool get big injuries, if Man City get big injuries, it's a long, old season, mate. I'm not sitting here going, slot out, we need to change everything, panicking. We've been spoilt as Liverpool fans over the last 10 years or so, and we've won bloody everything, okay? So we're used to the very highest of standard. And it's all right for them not to have that standard at certain points, and it's up to us as fans to just keep backing them. That's what we're supporting for, right?
Bill Shankly said it best, right? He said, if you support the team when they're winning, great. But if you can't support them when they're losing, you're not a supporter. And I'm not saying that there are people not supporting, but I think there is a level of frustration because, again, like people have said in the chat, the team selections recently, maybe the subs. I mean, Chiesa, I don't know what he has to do to
poor
get.
fella.
I mean,
He just
honestly,
can't get
the
a shout,
patience that he's showing, the level of professionalism, I have to take my hat off to him and say, well done.
I understand starting Salah. He's our greatest ever goal scorer. Of course you start Salah. Why wouldn't you? Even when he's playing bad, he has moments. But in certain games, you can take him off for 20 minutes at the end of the game. That's fine. And Chiesa can come on with his energy. And I think the Chelsea game would have benefited from that, to be quite honest with you. We needed a bit of dog. When Hugo come on, I seen a bit of fighting going on. Isak is not that guy. He's going to be a bagsman for us, but he's not. He doesn't body people and he doesn't run into people and all that type of stuff. That's what Hugo's role is. What I would like to see from Liverpool right now is a solid starting 11. Who is our starting 11? Because what I don't want to see is the best number 6 that I've seen, one of the best number 6s in the league, in Ryan Gravenberch, playing centre-back. I do not want to see that.
We've got enough players for that not to happen.
Yeah.
And I know, obviously, Konate came off injured.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Are you messing me? It
was 55 minutes.
He come off injured?
Yeah, Slot said after the game it was injury.
Is he going to play Ryan Gravenberch? Oh, my
days. Listen, bro, we haven't got a game for 13 days, mate. So I wouldn't worry about that.
I hope so, because this is the thing with Ibu. Sometimes he has wonderful majority of the season. 80% of his season is fantastic, but he does have a patch every season where he seems a little bit shaky, and he does have a patch also where he has injuries. I still rate him highly as a footballer, without a shadow of a doubt. He just needs to get that confidence back up. This happens, but yeah, I don't want to see Ryan at our centre back. He's our best transitional player. He picks the ball up on the half turn better than anybody else in the league. He really does, and we're putting him at centre back where he can't do that, where he can't unlock midfields and pass it on to the forwards. And we're putting Dom, again, one of our best midfielders, as right back after we've got a 40 million pound right back, and we've got Bradley as well. I don't understand the thinking of that. Why have we bought Frimmy to not use him? Like, why is he not playing? We're putting one of our best midfielders at right back. It makes no sense to me. I don't get it. And he's playing well there. Don't get me wrong. He has. But where do we find in our stability in these maverick changes, mate? Because we need a strong starting 11, and we've not found it yet. And that's what's happening with the lack of cohesion, in my opinion. That's why it's happening. Where's our starting 11? What is it?
We'll get into that in a sec. I just wanted to say as well, before the game, there was obviously we don't have big screens at Anfield, right? But on the Chelsea kind of big screen, it said tragedy chanting will not be tolerated. You're going to be thrown out if you do that, and it could lead to an arrest. And listen, Chelsea deserve to win that game. This is no way near an excuse from my side, but I think it's important to raise the issue anyway, just in the wider footballing community, because it's not just Liverpool that have been, have been involved in tragedies in football. But I think the Chelsea fans, this comes up every time we play them pretty much. They do love the victim shout, which we know is a veiled kind of insult about Hillsborough, which has been proved wrong for literally the last at least 10 years. And it does seem to be Chelsea a lot of the time, Doyle. I mean, to even have that on the screen, it kind of shows you what Liverpool fans have endured whenever. And I've been to Chelsea away many times, and I've heard it with my own ears. So it's not like I'm making this up, and I'm seeing other people online that have said this has happened. I've heard it and seen it with my own eyes. And Chelsea Football Club have been known to cover themselves in disgrace in the past. And I think it's very important to reiterate the fact that tragedy chanting cannot, should not, and will never be accepted by anyone. And if you are someone who, gets involved in that, then shame on you. There's innocent people that have died, and
if you're
I just thought I'd talk about that for a minute, because why are they even saying? Why are you even being reminded? I mean, we didn't have the sound on, did we, for the game? So we wouldn't have. But
I haven't seen anything on the internet about it either, to be honest.
I have.
I mean, if you're a grown human being, learn how to regulate your emotions and learn about the things that are coming out your mouth, because you can really put yourself in a bad light when you do stupid stuff like that. It happens all over the country to all the different clubs, so I'm not going to jump on Chelsea fans' backs or nothing, but also just don't. What are you doing? Like, you're grown. Yeah. People don't do that. You're doing. 100%. Have some compassion for yourself as well.
Yeah. So what is Liverpool's best first 11 right now? On form, probably none of them.
Let us know in the comments as well, because honestly, I don't think I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. If we're coming up to mid-October, we're about to play United at home in 13 days, and we don't know our best 11. That's a big problem.
Have to spend them 400 mil as well.
That's a massive, massive problem. And it seems like Slot doesn't know what it is either. It seems like that, doesn't it?
I mean, because he doesn't know what he's... Like I just said about Ryan Gravenberch and Dom, two of our best midfielders playing in defence. I can't work that one out. I actually can't. I know they've done good jobs, right? And of course they're going to do good jobs because they're fantastic football players. That's what you can play them anywhere. But you play them at their best position. And putting Gravenberch in centre-back is criminal to me. It really is, especially when you bring an Endo on.
I know, but there was an injury to Kanate. But
you bring an Endo on. So put Endo on, yeah. Like, Endo cannot transition the same way that Gravenberch can. I like Endo on all that.
It's light and
so let's
and actually Endo's injured now as well.
What would your What?
He's not going to international duty. So the injuries are piling up. Alisson's now going to be out for probably 3 to 4 weeks from here. So I guess, yeah, we'll go through it. It's Mamardashvili in goal. Who is the right back?
Honestly, Conor Bradley.
Yeah. There you go.
Virgil Kanate.
Oh,
Kanate is Virgil. So, but we don't know.
We're doing this on form though, like and injuries.
So just who's available to us now.
If there was a game Wednesday night in the Champions League, what would our team be?
It'd be Mama, Bradley. It'd have to be. Who else can we put in there?
Gomez and Virgil. And then who's left back?
Robbo.
It looked like he got injured as well.
Oh my days, mate. Robbo, if he's not injured, I haven't seen anything about him being injured. Midfield needs to be Maher, Ryan.
But does it need to be Maka?
Maher's struggling. He is, lad, but how is he going to find form if he's not playing?
Looks sluggish, man.
I know,
give the ball away so many times the other night.
How is he going to find it? I also think that's down to movements at the top as well, right? We haven't got a cohesive top three even at the moment. Salah looks like he doesn't know what he's doing with these other lads next to him. We are suffering a lot right now.
The midfield. Let's just pretend we've got a game on Wednesday night. I mean, McAllister's there, but form-wise, he should be nowhere
near. Right, then what about this then? Dom, Ryan, Vert. Because like all the spotlight's going on Vert, and I understand why because of his price tag. But actually, he makes a lot of things happen on that pitch which other players don't, and he moves into the pockets that other players don't. It's just that physical side of his game. The technical ability is there, I think he's still doing it.
Locker all day
he just
long.
Hasn't adapted physically yet, not yet.
Yeah,
and you can see it because he's getting pushed off the ball quite easily and stuff.
So we'll go with Verts, and then I mean Gakpo scores in the last game after a bit of a barren spell, so he goes in. But again, now there's people saying, "Oh, look at Diaz, what he's doing for Bayern Munich.
14
we shouldn't
GA.
have sold him." Compare that to Gakpo. And I understand from a business point of view why, Diaz was sold and Gakpo was kept. There is a good few years difference in them. But in terms of that directness,
we've got no 1v1 player.
Is better.
Hugo's our only 1v1 player, to be honest.
Hugo and then Chiesa.
Yeah,
so it can't
he'll
be
try
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah is not a 1v1
it's his
player.
worst start to a season for Liverpool ever. So imagine at the start of the season, we said that would be our best, and this is just our opinions. Right, let us know what yours is in the chat. But that's our best, options right now on the pitch.
I mean, Mama, I'll give him his credit. He did all right in certain parts of the game. He did. He kept us in it, to be quite honest with you. But even him, he looked like he struggled in certain parts because the defence just did him no favours. When you see him balls going on the back post and he's literally dead in the water because what's he supposed to do? He can't shimmy from one side of the goal to the other that quick. He's nearly got being caught.
And also, you know, if Wirtz's assist to Salah, if Salah finishes that, then we're saying, wow, what an incredible bit of play by Wirtz. But I'll be honest, he's being let down by his strikers at the minute, and Salah in particular.
There's a comment actually that just says, it says Dean Costello said, don't be down lads, we're going to be good. Wirtz could have had 5+ assists this season if chances were put away, and I totally agree. I can think of a few of them now. One against Atletico Madrid, another one against Galatasaray for Conor Bradley, that one for Mo Salah right there. There's been a few other ones as well across the box where I've just been like, why is no one there to slot that? What's going on? Or they've been bad finishes or whatever else. Give the lad time. I'm not jumping on anybody's back. Not a single player is getting singled out for this because I don't think it's right. All of them are below par. Every single one of them. The only ones that can really hold their head up high, Alisson, Virgil, Dom.
And AGT.
And Hugo, sorry. And Hugo. Definitely Hugo. But that's about it, really.
That's about it across the season so far.
And
Chiesa.
But that's about it, right? They're all suffering at the moment. As you just said, Salah's had his worst start to a Premier League season for us.
On Salah, right, he said in an interview recently he needs more time to get used to the playing styles of obviously Isak, Ekitike, Wirtz, who's supposed to be supplying him with chances and goals. Last season it was so different. He was used to playing really with Nunes. He actually loved playing with Nunes, didn't he?
Nunes got no brain, so he did everything for him. Just run and I'll pass you it.
All the other way around. Nunes would assist Salah a lot, and actually I think between them they actually got a lot of assists for each other. Diaz was there, very settled Liverpool player last season, and Diogo was there, who isn't there now. So my question is, do you think that the kind of late wins that we were clocking up at the start of the season, and they were very emotional games, they were last minute winners, all of them, do you think the passing of Diogo has maybe now reared its head a little bit more on and off the pitch? I'm saying on the pitch because of...
I don't really want to talk about that. It's definitely going to affect the human beings.
We have to talk about it.
It's going to have affected them without a shadow of a doubt. But I also don't want. I don't want to find that. I can't find the right words to talk about this. It's definitely affected the players. That's what I'll say. That's it. It's going to affect the players. If I'm a human being, they're a human being. If my mate dies, it's going to affect me. Unfortunately, that's just the way. That's what the cards they've been dealt. Unfortunately, so yes, it's going to get them down.
Because Mo said, you know, on the players that he's now playing with, as opposed to the ones last year, he's going to have to get used to them. And I do think the death of someone that close and that important and that characteristic in the squad, maybe not straight away, but I think as time goes on, like this is a massive weight that they're going to have to carry around for the rest of their careers, bro. And it's not even just the Liverpool players, it's players that have left Liverpool this season. Look how it's affected Milner. Look how it's affected... You know, Milner's changed his number to Diogo's number, and I think when you actually look at what happened, obviously it was surrounded by title celebrations and stuff like that. I think now it's maybe rearing its head a little bit more, and there's no timeline of grief, right? People deal with it in their own ways across different times and whatnot. But yeah, I do think this is something that even at the start of this season, there was an article I read, right? We won the game against Bournemouth, and even still it said in this article, I think it was the Mirror, it said, listen, amazing, but don't be surprised if this thing happens and the players feel a lot more grief, and time does that. Time is a healer, but also with more time you think more and it affects your everyday life. And I just have to say, of course Slot needs to work out a new formation, new tactics. Of course the players need to improve their form. Of course we can't keep giving it away. Of course we can't concede late goals like that. But I've got a massive level of sympathy for the players because of what they've gone through.
I lost my best mate in 2021, and grief is a really weird thing. I didn't think he had passed away until a few months after. I can't tell you what I mean by that. I remember
being with you when that happened.
I felt like I could call him and I'd be like, "What's happening, lads?" And it was weird. So I had a delayed reaction, the shock. It hit me and I was shocked and I couldn't really process it until a few months after. And then I was riddled with sadness and I was upset with and I can understand that's going to affect the players, especially football's an emotional game and they'll be thinking about them in the highs and lows of this game and stuff, and it will affect them. But I don't ever want it to be used as some sort of like reason.
No,
like
that's what we're not doing. but we're trying to
It's
understand.
not tasteful, like in a way to you get what I mean?
But it's real life, Doyle.
I know it is.
It's real life.
I know.
And we can't not talk about it.
It's
If we
true.
didn't, that would be a disservice.
I agree.
You know, this is real life. We talk about tough things on this podcast. It's not just, you know, at the top, it's just us. Most of the time it's laughs and smiles. But we are, as a fan base and as a club, dealing with something that we'd never thought would ever happen to one of our players.
I know like how much I am affected to this day by what I'm talking about. It still upsets me now, lad. I can feel myself getting upset. So that's why I think it's difficult for me to talk about the Diogo Jota thing as well, because the people that are left behind are the ones that suffer the most, lad. And I can totally resonate with them. So yeah, I understand that point, and it should be raised. They're human beings, and we should have compassion and sympathy for them because they deserve it. They give us great moments in our lives, so we should definitely prop them up and support them when they're asking for it. And it seems like they are asking for it by the interviews that we've seen. So regardless of what you think about it, you should just prop them up. They need some support.
Michaela makes a good point. They're saying they've also lost a third of the team in Darwin, Lucho, Quivine, Harvey and Trent as well, who, let's be honest, last season,
characters.
A lot of them all played pretty much all the time. There was at least one of them on the pitch at all times. Tim says, we paid in full to Jota's family, so please respect how we deal with our unexpected loss. No one is perfect in dealing with the grief process. Forever 20. And then there's other people saying, look, we can't bring that up. You know,
honestly, someone's just said we're a disgrace for bringing this up, lad. This is real life. This is what happened. It's going to affect the players. We're not blaming this on the players. The players have played poorly. That's it. It's not. What are you doing?
But also, Virgil was asked about this. The players have been asked about how they're dealing with it. If you think that we should just click our fingers and move on after 3 months, then you clearly don't know what the real life holds for you in the future, my friends, because the grief never leaves you, as Mr. London LFC just says here in the chat. But we're watching the game. These players were with him for every single day in the last 5 years. It is going to have a monumental effect.
This is why I didn't want to talk about it.
This
is exactly why, because people are going to jump on it now and go, this is the people are talking about it. We're not talking about it and blaming that. That is the most distasteful and classless thing you could possibly do. We'd never ever blame what's happening on a pitch simply because of a tragedy. That is disgusting. I never ever would do that. Ever. Never, and neither a day. What I'm saying is they're asking for support, and as supporters, that's what we should do. Lad, I'm really annoyed with that. I need to calm down. Don't do that to us. We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing on this channel. Ever. Sorry. That's not okay, that.
No. We're just trying to understand the
players have spoke about it in their interviews, and we're talking about it because we're social commentators. That's what we're doing, and we're asking the supporters to support them because they're asking for it. Simple as. That's it. Not blaming anything.
We've been poor because we've been poor on the pitch. On the pitch, we've been poor. We've given away the ball too many times. We don't know our best 11. We keep conceding last-minute winners. You know, the table would look very different if we managed to keep a draw at Crystal Palace, if we managed to keep a draw at Stamford Bridge. But we didn't. So we have to understand, well, what are the reasons for this? And we try and break it down for you. And 95% of people in the chat are with us here because they've been watching the podcast for years. But we're just telling you what is real life. Yes, this is a football podcast, but this is, of course, affected by real life issues that everyone will go through at points across their life, in real life, not online in the chat where people are getting brave. In real life, this is what people go through. So please, if you are talking about it in a way that doesn't, resonate with how we're relating to it, then just don't bother commenting.
These are not excuses, it's social commentary. We're talking about what the players have said. They're asking for support about something, so we're going to support them. It's not a scapegoat. That is disgusting. Disgusting.
But anyway, look, I guess on a more positive note, there's context, right? We're 1 point behind Arsenal in early October, and allegedly this is a massive crisis that Liverpool are going through right now. We've lost 3 games in a row. It isn't very Liverpool to do that. And I guess the one worrying thing is in terms of a controlled performance, there hasn't been one for a long time, Doyle.
No, and again, it's going back to the football, right? That is down to a lot of different things. I've said it before. I really think Ibu Konate is struggling for a number of reasons. He's been mentioned with Real Madrid all over the press for all summer. And another reason is Trent being on that right back position has been the outball for that entire defence other than Virgil van Dijk and Robbo. So Konate's always relied on the other three to do it for him. And being that Trent is on his side, is on the right-hand side, every time he's just been able to pass it on and then go, let Trent do his magic, and we all know how good he was at that. And so I think we're seeing a different side of Ibu's game, which he's not really practiced very much. And it's difficult for him to do that first time out ball. It's not his game. He's always been that front-footed defender that wins the ball back and then moves it on quickly for someone else to make a play-making pass or whatever it may be. And that comes down to Slot's tactics as well. There's so many variables. It's a very convoluted issue, and I do not envy Slot now having to find solutions in this mess. It's very difficult for him, regardless of the money that we've spent. We have got one of the most talented squads in the league, without a shadow of a doubt, but it doesn't make them the most cohesive. That's just what we're looking for now. We're trying to find what our starting 11 is, who feels comfortable in what position, who's going to be reliable for us. It's not easy. This is the top echelons of football. It's going to be difficult for Slot.
This is a great point from Ant, who I haven't seen in the chat for a while. So good to see you back, Ant Dicko. He says, all right, lads, hope you're okay. Congrats, Alex. Everyone's forgotten that Klopp lost 6 home games on the run.
Remember that? 6
home games on the run.
The problem, right, what I will say is, Klopp had a whole bunch of credit in the bank, and so does Slot. Absolutely does. We're not saying ever Slot out or any madness like that. I will say though, the football that Slot plays in comparison to Klopp, it's a little bit less exciting, right? We're passing the ball about at the back a little bit more. We're not going for the killer instinct all the time and trying to just score. So I think Klopp got away with it in lots of ways because of that, because we always played attractive football. What we're seeing right now is not necessarily attractive, and we're not getting results. So fans have a right to be frustrated, but also they don't have a right to be delusional. Like, we've got to back them. He's only been here for like 10 games of this season now. Like, hang on a minute. Let's just continue to support them, back them, and at the end of the season we can make a proper judgment, right? But right now you've got to try and transition, and we expected this to happen last season, and you've got the Premier League, so lucky us. Now it's time to dig in with the players and support them and suffer a little bit, because that's what football's all about. That's what makes winning trophies even better, than moments of suffering to come out of them and prevail, and that's what we're going to do. So just keep supporting.
You have to support. What I can't accept as a fan base, and again, there's the real life fans that we see and we go to the game with, and we hug in the great moments, we're next to each other in the bad moments. I do think, and I'll be honest, the rise of these kind of online fans that do not go to the game, they definitely have one of the loudest voices online, because they obviously are looking to rage bait, and they're saying these crazy statements. But when you're stood in that ground, where are they? You know, the rise of these online big faceless accounts, and that's the key word, faceless. They don't want their faces anywhere near it. And there's obviously other people that are in our space as well that don't go to the game and come out with these outlandish statements. In my opinion, that's not a supporter. A supporter is someone who, listen, there are massive, huge Reds all around the world that we speak to every day in this chat that don't go to the game, that have their head screwed on, and they don't go over the top. They don't say silly things just to get a reaction online. And then there's obviously ones that do go to the game and support the team financially, and, you know, physically they're there. They're the fans that I listen to. Even the ones that are waking up at 2 a.m. in Australia to watch the games, they're the ones that I'm listening to. The ones that I definitely do not pay any attention to are the ones that sit there and shout and scream and say these silly outlandish things. They don't go to the game. Not that that is the be all and end all. I'm not saying that you can't be a massive fan if you don't go to the game, because I've just shouted out all the other fans that I do respect that do not go to the game, that are in Thailand. We've got a Kop TV Thailand channel now. These lads have been to Anfield before, and they understand the culture. They understand how to speak online. To support. The key word is to support, right?
It comes with
and
it.
when I see these people online, right, that are faceless accounts, or even with their faces in it, that are saying just silly outlandish things because they're in the comfort of their own home saying it, they're not supporters for me. Supporters support in good times and bad times. That's what we're trying to let off of us
about
now.
Like Liverpool fans doing this
Yeah.
themselves. Yeah. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's part and parcel with
Well,
what we
that's
do.
what I'm saying. Are they fans though? Or are they just saying silly tweets for the sake of it? Are they saying
trying to
silly
get some
things on
reactions,
a
and that's the
video
way
from
media's-
the comfort of their own homes? In my opinion, like, I can't take first of all, I don't even check for them. But if they do pop up, I don't take what they say seriously, because look at us right now. We're hurting right now, right? We've got a reaction here to 3 losses in a row, and we're trying to find the reasons for it. We're trying to find the solution for it. But guess what? It's never going to change our support.
No,
never.
Of course not.
And I do think people online sometimes do get influenced by the views and the numbers, and they think, oh, if I say this, it's going to get a big reaction. Nah, I'm supporting the team. I don't know about you at home, but me and him and all the people that we love and we go to game with and we speak to online who are from America, from Nigeria, from Australia, from Thailand, we love them as well because they support this team. So if you don't want to support the team when we're losing now, don't you dare try jump back on the bandwagon. Hopefully, touch wood, because we're still believing. That's what supporters do. We believe that we can still win this league in May when we're picking trophies up again. So there's a big difference for me.
It's one of them.
I know that was a little bit of a rant there.
We can't be entitled. That's what you're talking about. We can't be entitled and
get behind the Reds, man.
To win
get behind the Reds.
This is football, right? It's part and parcel.
It's okay to be annoyed and sorry, Dor, to keep cutting you off. It's okay to be annoyed and frustrated with the performances.
Absolutely.
The one thing we can never do is not support the Reds. Keep supporting the Reds. You don't deserve to see us win if you're not doing that right now.
It's just when you're feeling frustrated, you've got to know where to put it, right? And shouting at the players and the manager and all that is not going to make them better. Unfortunately, that's not what fans are supposed to do. And we already deal with that from all the rival fans and whatever else, right? That's part of it. It's a tribal sport. Everyone likes to have a bit of banter. Some people take it too far, but it's part and parcel of football. I just choose to ignore all of that type of stuff and live my life the way I like to live my life and support the way I like to support, which is, yes, I'm allowed to be frustrated, and I was on Saturday. I was, believe me, because it was 3 in a row. But also, I'm not going to let it make me say stupid things. Or I'd like to think I won't say stupid things. We're all human, right? But I want to just support my
you
team.
don't do it on purpose,
No, I'm not going to deliberately go out of my way to say something to go and get clicks on it. That's not who I am. But I am also somebody that's had bad reactions to things as well, so I'm not going to say I haven't. I'll hold my hands up to that. But I just want to support the team. That's all I want to do. And we're just like yous. We're nobody special. We don't know anything really. We're just talking about football as much as we know to our level. And yeah, we just want to have positive energy around.
So let's finish off with a little bit of positivity, right? Arne Slot came in last year, right? It was announced on the back of Jurgen Klopp announcing he was leaving, and he won us the Premier League. No one expected that to happen. He has got enough credit in the bank for a very, very, very long time, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's won the league.
Very long time. So what we have to do now is believe that he's going to turn it around. His title is head coach. It's not actually manager. So he will coach these players. It might take a bit of time. We might end up having a transition season. We might. But I'm not writing nothing off on the 6th of October.
Yeah, no, yeah. We can't
In 2 weeks, we could be back at the top of the league.
Yeah. I mean, I'm never gonna say that we're not gonna win the league. Like 8 games into the league, being 1 point behind, that would be silly. You never know. We could click into gear next year, next week. I mean, look at PSG. PSG were really, really poor in the Champions League last season in the league stage, and then went on to absolutely dominate because they all clicked, and then one of their players won Ballon d'Or, all that type of stuff. And we're not getting at our fans saying you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. Like, we're just saying that we support. We hold our L's and all that. We lost. Deservedly so.
We're here.
Yeah,
we're here.
And we're the ones.
And the only reason why we didn't do a
it.
video on Saturday is because if you watched the start of this podcast, you knew that we were all together watching the game. And to be honest, how long did we talk about it? I turned the TV off.
As soon
and
as
we were all at the bar,
which is not like us really, but it was a bigger moment, so we focus on that.
But we were all at the bar. Shout out to LFC Militia. It says, perfect, good point, AGT. One thing is to support from the stadium like us. A good thing is to support even from far, far away, but always with the passion and strong mentality. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is, man.
So it's been quite a feisty year. Lots of comments in here today. I'm sorry, we're not trying to upset nobody.
Right, in the chat, you've totally misread and you've just chose to not listen to what I've said. So we have to go to the matches to be a proper Liverpool fan.
No.
Have you not just heard what I've just said? Have you not just heard it? I've said, I know fans in Thailand, Australia, Nigeria, South America that support probably more than people support who are local. So you're not listening. You're just you're just doing the typical troll thing. You're not actually listening to the context of what I've said. Of course you can be a proper Liverpool fan if you're in Australia, Thailand. Guys that are waking up at 2 a.m. to what? They are massive, real, proper Liverpool fans. Don't try and twist my words because that's not what I said.
This way it can be difficult when you're talking about when it gets to difficult.
Because people don't choose to listen, Doyle.
Well, it's
selective hearing.
Well, people will interpret things how they want to interpret them, and by no means are we trying to offend anybody ever on this channel. We're just giving our own opinions the same way all of you guys have got one, and we try and give you a platform to talk about it with us on the comments and stuff. So honestly, We're just trying our best to talk about this today. That's
and
all
look,
we're doing.
people are going to be feisty. We've lost 3 games in a row. I understand that, right? Dean saying some mad sausages in the chat today. I'm fuming more than Doyle.
That one thing did upset me. I can't lie. You've seen a little bit of a reaction from me there. That upset me. Didn't like that at all.
Yeah, but listen, the belief is still there. We still can win this league. There's still everything to play for. So don't try and throw your toys out the pram now. Like, this is the moment that they need us more than ever. So when I go into that ground on Sunday, and let's be honest, we've needed a game at Anfield for a while. We've played 3 away games in a row: Palace, Galatasaray, and Chelsea. Yeah. Let's wait till we get back in that ground on Sunday at 4:30 against Manchester United, who have just won a game, and they look a bit more stable now. Wait till we get in that ground. One thing I can guarantee is the fans are going to give everything. Whatever the players do and win the game is up to them. We can't control that. But as fans, this is where we're needed more than ever. So you either come to the front and fight with us, or you stand at the back from your sofa pointing your finger at us for supporting the team. Get behind the boys.
Yeah, we take our L's. Believe me, more than you would a lot of Liverpool fans do, because we work in a studio full of rival fans. Are we the only 2 Liverpool fans? Yeah, we are in a studio full of Chelsea,
in London,
Arsenal,
and we're in London right now.
Oh, everything, and we get it. Believe me, we get nailed. I've got a show on Wednesday where I'm going to have to take beating after beating. Yeah.
Listen, we take the banter. We don't hide from it. We accept that we're going to get criticism and
it's fine.
Trolling. It's fine. It's what our skins are thick enough to deal with this, right? We've seen it before. This is the worst period since April 2023. Right, when we lost to Brighton and Wolves all in a row. Even before that, we've lost 6 games. So there's been way worse times than this. We're second in the league, and we're chasing Arsenal, who notoriously cannot finish title races. We can, they can't. Yes, we give them the respect and the credit for controlling their games, playing well at the minute. They're top of the league. But if, you know...
There are some people on here, I think, just trying to rage bait you, yeah.
It's fine. I don't mind.
If you don't go to the ground, you're still a proper fan. That's okay. We absolutely support you. It's just about supporting positively, and it's hard to hear the negative things about Liverpool and the players, because we all just want to get behind them and support them, because that's what they're asking for, right? Yeah. That's all it is. There's no one's worse or bad or anything. There is not. It's all very grayscale, right? There's no wrong or right or right. It's not about that, or bad or good. Just supporting the way you want to support.
And listen,
and we're just supporting the way we want to.
I am gonna walk into the Lions' Den later on DR Sports, right? And I have to just take it. And for the last 2 losses in a row, I've said, like, we deserve to lose. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It's gonna happen. Anyway. Let's wrap it up there. Mad
podcast, this one, isn't
mad
it?
podcast.
Not the first time we've had a difficult spell. Honestly, we're fine. We're gonna be okay.
We're gonna be sweet, guys.
Even right? Like, honestly,
there's nothing to worry about.
Even if we don't win in this season, I'm still right there behind my squad, screaming the names, because that's my team. I love them.
And like I said, just to be very, very clear one more time, we deserve to lose the game.
Absolutely, all 3 of them.
So people saying AGT be humble. We deserve. What more do you want from me?
We deserve
to lose the last 3 games.
Absolutely.
But there's a difference between people thinking I'm not being humble and people thinking, or me thinking, I should be supporting the team right now. It's not about not being humble. I've just put a clip up on Twitter. Someone said, "Oh, that must have been such a dagger to AGT on his engagement party." I've put the clip out, which has got 1.5 million views, of me in that exact moment. So I don't know what more you want from me, right? I'm here, I'm taking it, but also at the same time we can still be positive and support the team. It's not about not being humble, it's about being here to support the team, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're trying to make everyone else do as well. Tan, love you, AGT and Doyle. Always support you all the way from Australia. Keep being you and love your work. Thank you very much. LFC need the supporters to get behind them, whether that's at the match, online, or the other side of the planet, says Sleeping Dragon, 100%. And Tan, I'm going to add you as a moderator right now, because I feel like we need as many mods definitely today in the chat more than ever. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching regardless. It's been a very emotional weekend on the pitch and off the pitch for myself. And, you know, as always, we thank you for watching. We thank you for supporting. And we'll of course be back next week, won't we? Every single Monday. It'd be nice to get a win though against Manchester United, to come into the studio and you know, flex a little bit on flex.
Yes,
that would be nice.
It would.
But until then, please take care of yourself, right? be a nice person.
Yeah.
Hug your nearest and dearest, and tell them you love them, because that's what we did on Saturday night, and it was an amazing night. I'm talking about the engagement party now, not the football, because I think we've done enough of that. But it was an amazing night, and I'm so thankful for everyone in my life who was there, and even the ones that couldn't be there as well. Thank you to Doyle for being my best mate. Thank you for being there for me in the good times and the bad. And yeah, we've got a lot of figuring out to do on the pitch, right? We have to, right? That's what Arne Slot gets paid all the big money for. But we need to support the boys and get behind them. Smash that like button. Get your comments in, people. There will be content coming out over the international break. Obviously, a lot of Liverpool players involved in their respective countries' games. And there will be content coming out. For sure there will be. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. I need to almost wait for more things to happen, and also try and dissect a little bit what's going on the pitch. But Doyle, thank you very much, my brother. Any final words?
Yeah, we're all here together. See, this is part of football. It's absolutely fine. This is the
just to round it off, right? And this just sums it up. We'd lost the game on Saturday. What was the last song that was played?
Arne Slot song.
No,
Slot.
You were there right at the end, right?
No.
Oh,
what?
We played You'll Never Walk Alone.
There you go.
In a room full of 80 people, all different creeds, colours, nationalities, different clubs that they support. We're all arm in arm singing You'll Never Walk Alone.
Though, wasn't it? Arne Slot's song was on, wasn't it?
Yeah, I played it after the speech.
Yeah, that was it.
I played Arne Slot's song and sang Arne Slot's name after we just lost. So if you can't do that, and then obviously right at the end of the party, again, I'll put the video up on the Kop TV. We're all arm in arm singing You'll Never Walk Alone. And that song is, the meaning of that song is more prevalent now than it ever will be in this little blip that we're going through. So please do your thing. Keep supporting us, keep supporting the team, and we'll see you next week. Take care.